Hello, everyone. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome to Reggae Boyz Commentary. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video on this channel. Really appreciate it. Now, over the past couple of months or so, there has been discussions about Daniel Johnson and which particular position he should play on the field for Jamaica, because so much times we have seen players that thrive at their club in one position, but play somewhere else for Jamaica. Not many of you remember when Ryan Johnson was in a purple patch of form at the Portland Timbers and even at Toronto FC. He wasn't playing through the middle as a centre forward. He was playing on the left of a front three. He wasn't playing down the middle as a centre forward. But yet in the World Cup qualifying, Ryan Johnson was the man that led the line for Jamaica. And it was compelling that that was the case. So I don't want this to happen again. And we're talking about Daniel Johnson. Now, you all know that I'm all for a stopgap. If there's a solution or a plan B, plan C, plan D, fine. If it's a one-off thing, fine. Like we saw when Daniel Johnson, when he was in Saudi Arabia, he occupied that sort of number 6 sort of position. Although he wasn't like a destroyer doing the dirty work, he handled that position quite well. And you saw across the 2 games that he played in Saudi Arabia, how he handled himself quite well. At the Gold Cup, we saw his distribution quite well. And I said in the live stream that this man should play at least half our games in the qualifiers, Daniel Johnson, hands down. Now, I've been aware of Daniel Johnson since around 2009. I mean, I heard the name when he was at Crystal Palace, but the first time I really put him on my radar and in my database was 2009 during his time at Aston Villa. And for those of you that still don't believe me, you guys can go on the Reggae Boyz forum where I posted that there's this 18-year-old kid named Daniel Johnson born in Jamaica, and trust me, he's going to be a big thing. I still believe that we were 10 years late in recruiting him, in my opinion. I still feel that there was value for him in the 2014 World Cup qualifying cycle and even the 2018 World Cup qualifying cycle. In the 2014 cycle, he was at Yeovil Town, learning his trade, learning his craft, etc. And the 2018 cycle, he was at Preston and slowly but surely gathering momentum as a professional football player, making that transition and starting to score more goals, a goal scoring midfielder. So Aston Villa, then he went on loan to Yeovil Town, Chesterfield, Oldham, settled at Preston and has been there since 2015, and Lancashire has essentially been home for him, So where does he play right now for Preston North End? Where does he play? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Let me show you exactly where he plays for Preston North End. Yeah. So Preston North End plays like a 3-4-3 formation, yeah? 3-4-3, that's what they use. So Daniel is right here. This is where he operates. For as long as Daniel has been at Preston, he has never been in this position. He's always been that number 10, behind the striker or behind the strikers, because Daniel has a good wide range of passing, comfortable on the ball, able to swing it wide, diagonal balls as well, and he looks for space as well to feed the centre forwards. So Daniel plays in a 3-4-3, you could say Preston, or if you wanted to call it a 3-4-1-2, fine, but Daniel is the man right behind the forwards. That is where he plays for Preston North End, and that is where he has thrived as a professional football player. Those are where he's been getting the chances. These are the areas where he's been shooting from long range, finding the target, or maybe if there's a deflection, then there's a deflection, But that is where the chances have been created, and that's where, things have been happening for him. And let me just say that that left foot can kick penalty kicks really, really well. Really, really well, honestly. So it's just brilliant from that perspective, So for Jamaica, as we've mentioned, we've seen him in a 6, but I like him a little bit higher. We know we could have Ravel Morrison as the 10, Bobby Reid, we saw at the Gold Cup, scored in that sort of position, Tyreek McGee, Lamar Walker. I have no issue with Daniel if he was number 10 for Jamaica. But if you were to ask me where would I want to have Daniel Johnson play for Jamaica, well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly where I want him to play for Jamaica. It's not a little 6, and it is not a 10, but it's more of a quote-unquote 8. So this is an 11 that I've gone with. Andre Blake in net, Taxi, left back, Alvas Powell, right back, Mariap and Lowe at central defense. The number 6 that I've gone with is Anthony Grant. We don't need 2 holding midfielders, especially at home. We don't need 2 holding midfielders. 1 is fine. We don't need Rudolph Austin and Marvin Elliott at home in a World Cup qualifier. We do not. Daniel Johnson, for me, is right in front. So he would act as that linchpin to connect from the defense to the attack. The glue, I would say. Collect from the defenders and defensive midfielder in Grant and supply the front 4. That is what I want from Johnson. Receive and give. Receive and give. Receive and give. And I trust him in this sort of position because he not only has the passing ability, but he also has the distribution, a word that I know I've used quite frequently on this channel with Daniel Johnson, but he has it in abundance. I have full confidence that regardless of where Daniel Johnson is in this sort of region, whether he's pressed, he will find the wide men. He will find Ravel. He will find Boza. I have absolutely all the confidence in the world that Daniel can do that. Although for his club, he's operating in this sort of area, for Jamaica, I'm just as confident here. When corner kicks are taken, he can pop up here, put the ball on his left foot, shoom. We saw it against Saudi Arabia. He also attempted that against Panama as well. Daniel Johnson, without a shadow of a doubt, is a player that Jamaica needs to have moving forward. For me, he needs to be called up for he's, for me, turned into a core player. Even though I've seen him only 1 game, and that was against Panama, for me, he's a core player that we can't afford to let go. If there's any way for us to get to Qatar, he's going to have to play a role. Reggae Boyz fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary for more content. Take care.